All rise. First District Court of Appeal is now in session for this ceremonial induction of new admittees to the Florida Bar. All who have business before this court draw near, give attention, and you shall be heard. May God save these United States, the great state of Florida, and this honorable court.
Okay, please be seated. Good afternoon. It is my great honor to welcome you to the First District Court of Appeal today for this induction ceremony for new members of the Florida Bar. On behalf of the First District Court of Appeal, I offer each of the inductees congratulations and a heartfelt welcome to this new profession. Today marks the pinnacle of years of diligence, dedication, and perseverance. This is also a special day for your family and friends, many of whom we see gathered here today. I hope you will take an opportunity to thank them for their support and all that they have done to encourage you over these years. The law is a noble calling. Your clients will place their trust in you and sometimes their liberty. This is a profession to enter into soberly, diligently, and humbly. And to mark that entry, you will take an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Florida. The principles on which that oath is based are time-tested and remain the core principles of our profession and our system of justice: respect for the rule of law, diligence, truth, civility, integrity, honesty, humility, and fair dealing. In fulfilling my own oath as a lawyer and a judge, I often look to wisdom and inspiration from those who came before me. I share with you a prayer composed in the 1800s by the former Chief Justice of the Wisconsin Supreme Court that I consider regularly as I undertake my own duties. Perform your work with a due sense of humility. Be gracious to others. Don't be misled by willfulness, vanity, or your own ego. Seek to hear patiently, to consider diligently, to understand rightly, and to decide and advise justly. I commend these words to you also. And as you take the oath, commit yourselves to being good stewards of justice, fierce advocates of the rule of law, and faithful representatives of the legal profession. When you have finished taking your oath, you will leave this courtroom to enter the community as a lawyer. Congratulations once more on that achievement, and as you begin your work as attorneys and members of the Florida Bar, I wish you Godspeed. It is now my honor to recognize today we have the president of the Florida Bar with us, Michael G. Tanner.
May it please the court, Chief Judge Rowe, members of the court, distinguished guests, family, friends, and of course our newest inductees. I bring you greetings from the Board of Governors of the Florida Bar on behalf of our 110,613 members. And we welcome you into our ranks and the practice of law here in the great state of Florida. As the judge said a moment ago, you're about to enter a noble and ancient profession. You'll become officers of the court, part of the third branch of government, guardians of the rule of law. You should look at yourselves a little differently after today with the oath that you're about to take. A little differently after today than you did before today. You'll be different in our society. The rest of us in this room will look at you differently. Now, as the judge also said, the oath you're about to take is a solemn one. There are serious obligations that you're about to undertake that will last a lifetime throughout your career. And I encourage you to think about the words as you speak them here, as you take the oath, and think about the obligations you're undertaking. And I encourage you also to keep a copy of the oath with you throughout your career. I know people who keep a copy in their desk drawer. Some frame it and put it up on the wall of their office, but keep a copy of it to remind you of the obligations you undertake here today. And in particular, I ask you to keep in mind what we call the Civility Proviso in the oath, which was added to the oath by our Supreme Court in 2011. And it goes like this, that to opposing parties and their counsel, I pledge fairness, integrity, and civility, not only in court, but in all written and oral communications. Be an example of that every day with everyone you meet. And be an example also of what we call the other badges of professionalism. Be competent, but don't just be competent. Be the best lawyer you can possibly be. Zealously represent your clients within the bounds of our ethics rules and our professionalism standards, and always strive to be of the highest moral character. And if you do all of that, the fruits of our profession will follow you, but more importantly, your personal fulfillment and satisfaction will follow you. Now, when I was a 3L, and that was a long time ago, the president then of the Florida Bar came to us, and he gave us some advice that I'd like to pass on to you now. He said, the professional reputation that you will have, good or bad, you will begin to build today. And so I say to each of you, begin today to build the best, most positive professional reputation you possibly can. Because you'll find that over time you'll put more value on that than anything else in your career. And so I urge each of you now to take this wonderful privilege and opportunity that you've worked so hard to earn, and you have earned it, and go out and don't just do good things. Do great things in the service of others. Make us all proud. You can do it. And Godspeed to each of you along the path of your career. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, President Tanner. It's now my great privilege to recognize Judge Robert E. Long to welcome our inductees to the profession on behalf of the court.
All right. Good afternoon. All right. It is a wonderful honor for me and a privilege to be able to deliver some remarks here for you all. It's exciting to be here. Thank you, Chief Judge Rowe, colleagues, all of our inductees, and your family and friends. This is a momentous day for you. I don't know how it feels for you in this moment. Everybody's a little different. I reflect back on my time when I took this oath and joined the Florida Bar, and I was off in Naval Justice School at the time, and we had a ceremony that was very nice where the Admiral swore us in, and it was a lovely ceremony. But I confess that going into it, I'm not sure that I appreciated the gravity of the moment. I think looking back, I sort of thought of taking the bar and getting my passing results back as the big moment. And those were big moments too, of course. But I think in hindsight, it sort of snuck up on me how big of a moment it really was. So I don't know how the moment feels for you today, but as it turns out, it is a big moment. It's a monumental moment for you. It's a turning point in your life where you leave one world behind and you turn and join another. It's a time that all of us lawyers have gone through where we swear an oath to faithfully conduct ourselves on behalf of our profession, our state, and our country. So today you will leave one world and enter another, and you'll join this profession that is unlike any other. So I'm going to take a page from Judge Stafford, our senior judge in the Northern District, who often remarks on how lawyers are a unique profession, unlike doctors, unlike engineers, unlike any other profession, in that we are members of a branch of government. So today you will become an officer of the court, and you will join all of us in that undertaking. Now, being a part of the branch of government can be a heavy burden sometimes. But any worthy, rewarding, and important profession obviously comes with some equal parts responsibility. In thinking about what it means to be a part of the third branch of government, I want to take us for a second back to 1787. We won't spend a long time there, but let's go back for a second. So we have our new Constitution's proponents after the Constitutional Convention. They have this new task where they have to explain to their fellow citizens what they have done and why it's important. So during that pivotal time, James Madison, who we know as the father of the Constitution, he spoke to his fellow citizens about justice. About justice. In 1788, he wrote in support of the new Constitution's ratification. He said this: "Justice is the end of government. Justice is the end of government." In fact, he goes farther and he says, "Justice is the end of the civil society. Justice is its purpose." And isn't that true? Justice is really the essence of our social compact. It is the reason we come together and we create institutions to govern our lives. Madison was talking about justice in the context of the separation of powers. Madison was talking in part about the judiciary and the third branch of government, because Madison believed that in this new government, that third branch of government would play a critical role in the preservation of liberty and ultimately in delivering justice. So let me suggest to you that that is because the rule of law is our common bond. It is our common purpose. We live in a diverse world, a nation with 330 million people, a state with over 20 million, people from all different walks of life, with different interests, different resources, different religions, but the thread that ties all of us together is our common interest in justice. We won't all always agree on a particular cause or a single position, but what we do all agree on is that we want our cause, that we want our religion, our property, our pursuits to be treated fairly under the law, and importantly, we want them to be treated under the law without regard for our differences, without regard for our disagreements. So we come together and we find and we hold to the principle of equality under the law, and that is what Madison called our common principle, justice. So, ladies and gentlemen, this branch of government that you join today provides something absolutely critical to a civil society. It is the place, the institution where people come to peacefully resolve their disputes, where all of us come together and we put our commonality on the table, where we surrender our disputes to the rule of law. Now look, I know that can be heavy. That sounds a little heavy. It's heavy because it's important. But you're not on your own. You're not on your own. You have this oath that you're going to take today. You also have judges and lawyers and mentors along the way. But let me suggest to you that this oath can be a great tool for you. That from time to time it can be useful to pull it out and look at it and remember what it actually says. Think about its substance. Today, you're going to swear, the very first line is that you're going to swear to support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Florida. Everything we do as lawyers starts there. We are a constitutional republic. Everything we do as lawyers is always cabined by that first principle. You may represent people charged with crimes. You may represent the state that charges them. You may represent parents in divorce proceedings or children in foster care. You may represent giant corporations or little mom and pop shops. One day you may stand here and wear this pajama suit, this black robe, sit with us and struggle with the law, to struggle in an effort to faithfully apply it to the disputes that come before us. But in all that we do, all of us, we must execute those duties in a way that supports our constitutional republic. Of course, that's just the first line. There's a lot of other things here. I'm not going to talk like that about each one of them. There are, in fact, 233 words in this oath. It's quite a long oath. Every time I swear in a new lawyer, I'm reminded of just how long it is. We lawyers are good at adding things. But it's important. There are truly, if you look at it, there are some wonderful gems in there. We have to conduct ourselves in a way that maintains respect to the judicial system that we are a part of. We have to always pursue things that are just. We must always conduct ourselves with honesty, protect our clients' confidences, and always treat each other with civility. So those things show us that our profession asks something of us. It demands something of all of us. We, as lawyers, are given some relatively significant powers, and the people rely on us to exercise them wisely. So when the moment comes, and it will come, when you are tired or frustrated or worried, maybe money is tight, or maybe you feel like a victory in a case is right around the corner and all you need to do is make that little ethical corner cutting, I recommend that you pull this oath back out and take a look at it. Think about it. Ask yourself if your actions will live up to it. It can help guide you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful profession. It's one that I am deeply thankful to be a part of. We do serious work, and we have great reward from it. It's a place, a profession where you have the opportunity to do real good, where you can affect people's lives and protect your community and preserve the rights of every citizen. But while you are out saving the republic, let me also encourage you to remember the little things. So I have 4 sons. They're all relatively young. They're all about elementary school age. And the other day at an ungodly hour, I hear a bunch of banging in their room. And so I make my way in there, and they're all in there playing a game of dodgeball in their underwear at 5 a.m. And like what more reasonable thing to do than that at 5 a.m., right? So I tell you that just little nugget of life because it's those little moments, those little silly things that we experience every day that remind me that life isn't all about the practice of law. And it's not always about deep thoughts and philosophy and the Constitution and jurisprudence. Those things are important. But look, life is often simpler. It is often more tangible. It is often right in front of you. Often we are defined more by those little moments than we are by the big ones. So in the end, my message to you is that it's important that we treat the people around us with love and kindness, and remember that life is good. I'm excited for you. This is a big day, whether it feels like it or not. This is a big moment, and you've worked hard to get here. You've earned it. You're leaving one world, and you're joining another, and on behalf of the court, I am thrilled to be able to welcome you over. So congratulations, and good luck.
Thank you, Judge Long. It's now my great pleasure to call upon Kelly Kebby Smith, Governor for the Second Circuit for the Young Lawyers Division of the Florida Bar.
Chief Judge Rowe, honorable members of the court, and may it please the court. It is an honor to stand before you today representing over 27,000 members of the Young Lawyers Division of the Florida Bar to welcome you, our newest members, to this noble profession. 10 years ago today, I graduated from Florida State University with a Bachelor of Science degree. I had just turned 21. I was passionate about government and policy. I still am. And I was law school bound. At this point in my life, I didn't know a single lawyer. Going to law school felt a little crazy and scary too. Maybe you guys felt that way. After all, it takes diligence to become a lawyer. There's a curve. First, there's the LSAT, then oral arguments, exams, internships, upper-level writing papers, the MPRE, and eventually the grueling bar exam. Not everyone makes it to the finish line, but you did. You should be proud. I know your families and friends are incredibly proud of you and the work that you've done to get to this point. Conversely, you should be proud of them for putting up with you throughout law school and in preparation for the bar exam. Most of you wouldn't be sitting here today if they hadn't invested their energy in you. And it appears their investment has paid off. Becoming an attorney is no small feat, but neither is being an attorney. You are about to step into your role as a trustee of our republic. Finding your place within the bar and hitting your stride can sometimes be challenging as a new attorney. This is where the Young Lawyers Division comes in to support you. All Florida Bar members under the age of 36 or in their first 5 years of practice automatically become members of the Young Lawyers Division, or the YLD as we call it. That makes all of you our newest members, and we are thrilled that you're joining us today. You're probably wondering, well, what does this YLD do? Well, the YLD is the workhorse of the Florida Bar, and we work the hardest for you, our members, by advocating for, educating, and serving Florida's young lawyers. The YLD advocates for its members by bringing important issues that directly impact young lawyers to the forefront, from mental health awareness campaigns and diversity issues, to publishing a guide to parental leave, to hosting government lawyers summits. The YLD is advocating for you. The YLD educates its members by producing all of the basic CLEs that young lawyers are required to take in their first 3 years of practice, including the Practicing with Professionalism CLE. Through our efforts, all of these basic courses are now offered online without that mandatory in-person attendance requirement. We also produce free webinars that you can attend live or watch on demand on our website that mostly focus on career development, mental health, and financial fitness. Lastly, the YLD serves young lawyers. Every year, the YLD hosts its affiliate outreach conference where local young lawyer bar associations and sections from across the state come together in one place to share ideas on community outreach programs. We award approximately $50,000 in grants at this conference to our affiliates, allowing them to administer important and impactful programs at the local level. This year, we established a council of affiliates to facilitate the exchange of ideas and encourage collaborations between our YLD affiliates year-round. For those of you who are going to stay in Tallahassee, we have a Young Lawyers Division affiliates within the Tallahassee Bar Association, the Florida Government Bar Association, and the Tallahassee Women Lawyers. You can find your local affiliates and learn how to get involved by visiting our website at flayld.org. Please feel free to reach out to me or any of your local circuit representatives at any time. Before I leave, I'd like to give you one piece of advice. Invest in others. Be intentional about where you invest your time, your talents, and your treasures. When we hear the phrase return on investment, we tend to think about finances and the stock market, the treasure aspect. We don't always think of that return that we might get by investing our time and talents because the payoff is less direct. It's not numerical. Investing your time and talents in others will make you a stronger lawyer within a stronger community. So mentor an undergraduate so that they can say that they knew a lawyer before they started law school, for instance. Take on a pro bono case, nominate someone for an award, volunteer with local bar organizations to create programs and opportunities for your peers, teach a man to fish, figuratively, literally, either one. Take time from work to be with your family, be present for your loved ones, support them as they chase their dreams, and celebrate them when they achieve them. When you invest in others, the return on your investment will be great. Congratulations on this tremendous achievement, and welcome to the Florida Bar.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Each year, the court selects a candidate who has demonstrated excellence on the Florida Bar exam. That person will deliver remarks on behalf of the newly admitted lawyers. This is a very special part of the ceremony. It is now my honor to call upon Robert C. Little, Jr. for remarks.
Chief Judge Rowe, honorable members of the court, may it please the court. It is a great honor to speak here today, and it is my good fortune to share this moment with you. Today is a testament to all that we have accomplished and all that we have overcome these last few years. we should be proud of our hard work and never forget the sacrifices we made to get here, because there is no doubt that we have all chosen a path that is full of challenges. But the hardest challenges are not yet before us, and these challenges will not only define the course of our lives, but the lives of so many others. While we reflect on this great accomplishment, it is important that we thank those who have provided us support and encouragement throughout this journey. And as we take the time to celebrate, we cannot forget their many sacrifices that brought us here today. It was truly their love and counsel that carried us through our most difficult times and will continue to carry us through on the difficult road ahead. When I began my legal education, I was unsure where it would take me, and I wasn't prepared for the profound effect it would have on my life or on me personally. But in this challenge, I realized that the legal profession is bigger than any one of us. It is a life of public service and a position that commands our respect and demands that we do our very best. But more importantly, it is a position where we impact others and change the lives of those we come in contact with forever. We are now armed with the skills and knowledge to fight for those unable to fight for themselves, the oppressed, the young, the poor, and the sick. We have the ability to end suffering and to advance justice. So as I think back to where I started, I am now in a very different place, as I think all of us are. But I now recognize that the challenges we faced over the last few years, while unknown at the time, had the intentional purpose to prepare us for what's to come. As newly admitted lawyers, we occupy a unique position where we experience the best and the worst of the human condition. The people we are now responsible to serve will rely upon our judgment, our tenacity, and our resolve to get them through their darkest hours. And they will turn to us to provide them with counsel and advice, and most of all, with the hope that tomorrow will be better. As lawyers, we are entrusted to uphold the highest standards of professionalism and excellence. And these standards exist side by side with the most exalting characteristics, those of duty, honor, and self-sacrifice. This is the common thread shared by us and the thousands that have come before us. And although the road ahead will present us with more challenges, we can hold firm in the fact that the strength and confidence we have built over the last few years will not fail us, but will help us endure any challenge that may come our way. I have no doubt that we will overcome any challenges placed before us and rise to a level that far exceeds what we could have imagined. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Little, for those very inspiring remarks. The court now calls upon Rochelle Munson, Vice Chair of the Florida Board of Bar Examiners. She will present the candidates by reading their names and will move for their admission to the Florida Bar.
Chief Judge Rowe, members of the court, may it please the court. Pursuant to the rules of the Supreme Court relating to admissions to the bar, the candidates before you have been rigorously examined by the board, both as to their knowledge of the law and understanding of the standards and ideals of the legal profession. In addition, their backgrounds have been subjected to searching character and fitness investigations. On behalf of the Florida Board of Bar Examiners, I certify that these candidates are fully qualified and that each enjoys the enthusiastic recommendation of the board for admission to the Bar of Florida. And I might add that these are indeed exciting times. And on behalf of the Board of Bar Examiners, please know that we, the Board of Bar Examiners, celebrate with you. As your name is called, please stand and remain standing. Delara Demerol, Danielle Shanice Gordon, Ann Kelly Kennedy, Kimberly Lauer, Robert Charles Little Jr. If present, Alessandra Massino, Juanita Villalpando, and Richard Adetutu. On behalf of the board, I move that these candidates be admitted to the Florida Bar.
Thank you, Ms. Munson. The court accepts your motion and grants it. We now turn to the administration of the oath of admission. All inductees, please stand and remain standing and raise your hand and repeat after me as I read the oath to you. I do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Florida. I will maintain the respect due to courts of justice and judicial officers. I will not counsel or maintain any suit or proceedings which shall appear to me to be unjust, nor any defense except such as I believe to be honestly debatable under the law of the land. I will employ for the purpose of maintaining the causes confided in me such means only as are consistent with truth and honor, and will never seek to mislead the judge or jury by any artifice or false statement of law or fact. I will maintain the confidence and preserve inviolate the secret of my clients, and will accept no compensation in connection with their business except from them or with their knowledge and approval. To opposing parties and their counsel, I pledge fairness, integrity, and civility, not only in court but also in all written and oral communications. I will abstain from all offensive personality and advance no fact prejudicial to the honor or reputation of a party or witness unless required by the justice of the cause with which I am charged. I will never reject, from any consideration personal to myself, the cause of the defenseless or oppressed, or delay anyone's cause for lucre or malice. So help me God. It's my great pleasure to offer you congratulations as you begin your careers as members of the Florida Bar. Let's give them all a round of applause. May each of you be ever faithful to the solemn oath you have just sworn. We hope that your journey in this new profession is as interesting, challenging, inspiring, and rewarding as we all hope for you. If you will wait just a moment, we will take a picture after the court is adjourned, so if you'll gather there, and we'll also invite you to the rotunda for refreshments. But now the court is adjourned.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Congratulations.